All right, welcome back to another episode of the Orminators. I'm Chris Orr of the Orminators, and I've been promising to talk a little bit about a daily carry sling bag that I like to use. It's one of the many, but I'll start with this one here, mainly because it's one that I actually fell for as far as an advertisement on social media. In this case, it was Instagram. The company is called Galiteck, and I've been looking for something similar to this, mainly because I had a Maxpedition, or I have a Maxpedition bag, and I'll do a review on that one too, as long as we're doing a comparison, or I'll do a comparison later on. Maxpedition was nice. It was a kind of a messenger bag style, where it kind of slung down on the hip and everything else, which was kind of cool. But for a while there, I was thinking, oh, maybe I want the kind that will sling over my back as well. So I saw this one on Instagram, and I went ahead and swiped up, and they were having a sale at the time. Maybe they're always on sale, I never know. And for like $40 plus shipping, it wasn't too bad. Came from China. Got the package. It came from China, and it smelled awful plasticky. But now all that smell is kind of off-gassed, and so now it doesn't stink anymore. But it actually works out pretty well. It's got the single strap, and the strap can be switched to either side, depending on whether or not you want to carry it right-handed or left-handed. And it's got a little hip strap here so that it'll kind of secure it to your body. It's got a little pocket here in the back, excuse me, that you can stick relatively flat things in, maybe your phone. If you've got a concealed carry that you want to put back there, assuming that you don't jostle it around too much, I guess that'll work fine. It's MOLLE based, as you can see here, so you can of course put all of your MOLLE attachments and stuff. I really do loathe to hang a lot of stuff off of a bag like this, for example, though, because it just adds a lot of bulk and stuff sticking out. Although I did put my my flashlight on here. It's my Phoenix flashlight, in case I need light. So that's part of my daily carry right there, is to have that available. As far as the interior pockets go, there's one zippered pocket out here on the outermost piece, and that's kind of where I keep another little pouch, and I carry in this case notebook, pen, some bandages, things like that. That's really useful. That's about all I carry in there. Then in this other pocket here, a little bit bigger, a couple little smaller pockets. I carry stuff like Quick Clot and some clotting gauze, Cpr Mask, mints, and not because in case I have to give somebody CPR, I'd be afraid of my bad breath. A little snack bar, as well as an external battery charger, battery pack. It's got a little hook there if you want to be able to hook your keys to there in case you don't want to lose those. Lockpick set, and one of those little emergency blankets. So you can see I can carry quite a bit in that little packet, and just this little outer pouch itself. It's pretty decently tall. Depth is pretty good there, not too bad at all. And so you can fit quite a few little items in there, and it wasn't even full when I did that. On the upper smaller pocket here, and you can see there's some patch hook and loop there for patches. Ostensibly you would probably use this to carry things like sunglasses and other small items, but in this case I carry a tourniquet. Obviously when you're like me and you hang around the firearms industry long enough, you want to be able to carry something like this in case you're in a situation where there's a negligent discharge, or well, God forbid, you're in an active shooter situation and you have to be able to take care of yourself or somebody that's with you with a gunshot wound, which is a terrible thing to have to think about, but it's reality today, and so we'll deal with it. And chapstick. So that holds a pretty decent amount right there. Now on the inner main pocket here, zip that open there. It's actually, again, quite spacious. There are a number of smaller pockets here, for example, where you can put smaller items again, and it's got a little zipper there, so you can put smaller items and not have to worry about them getting stolen. There's Well, I'll get into some of the other pockets once I get this emptied out. But you can see, let me move that back down there. I carry a full-size water bottle. I carry kind of a larger wallet where I keep some of the stuff that I don't want to put in my regular wallet. I have a utensil kit. So my daughter, again, has been getting me into that whole zero waste kind of a thing. So I don't like using plastic forks and knives as much. So I have, again, a little roll-up thing with like a knife, fork, spoon, chopsticks, straw cleaner. Zips up real nice there. I also have, and I didn't have it in there, but I also usually carry this, a little Tupperware so that I can get my leftovers without having to use styrofoam. And it again has its own little fork and spoon there, so that'll fit in there. My regular wallet, if I'm not carrying it on my butt. My keys. My other keys. I don't know why I got both my keys in there, but okay. And headphones in case I want to listen to stuff. So kind of going on to the inside here, you can see kind of the depth of the bag and how much stuff I had in that bag. There are, again, you know, lots of little pockets in there. This is a shopping bag, $1.50 at Daiso, but you can get other sort of cloth little roll-up bags there, so that when you go shopping for a few items, you'll be able to not waste plastic bags or paper bags or whatever it happens to be. So there you go. Now when you look again on the inside of the bag, quite spacious. You saw I fit all of that stuff in there. I had plenty of room. There's another little pocket down here. There's this thing here, which again has, you know, the ability to store a few things there. There's another pocket back there, which is where I was keeping the utensils and some other items. So quite useful, quite spacious. The ability to carry this much stuff and not have to feel like it's cramped or anything like that. Now on my body, when I carry this, I tend to carry it like so. So again, you got your flashlight up here in case you need a flashlight, but if I need access to anything in there, I'll pull this around. Usually I have the zippers oriented. Here's a little tip for you. Have the zippers oriented so that they're on the side where you pull it around, you have access to it. Because if you do it from the bottom, things might fall out. Having it up here gives you the ability to kind of reach in there and get your stuff without anything falling out. Same thing goes with pretty much all the zippers. I should probably reorient them all, like so. That way, if I need to get into this pocket, I can get into this pocket here, or I can get access to that back pocket there. Or I can switch it over to the other side so that it'll come around to the left, which, as a left-handed shooter, I might want to do that so that I can be able to, if I wanted to carry my gun in there, I can get my hand in there and pull it out with my left hand, as opposed to only being able to access it with my right. So, not a bad little bag. When I first got it, I was a little unsure as to how well it would perform. I've had it pretty much almost 6 months now, and I've used it on a daily basis, and it's held up very well constructed. I've got no qualms about the stitching. They're not waterproof zippers, and it's not a waterproof fabric, so I would imagine that if it got truly soaked, it could get the contents in here wet. So don't think of it as a waterproof sort of bag, whereas the Maxpedition that I have, and I'll do that again, that review maybe a little bit later on. The inner lining is rubberized though, so now that I'm looking at it a little bit more closely, so it probably is a little bit more water resistant than I'm giving it credit for. I just haven't really tested it all that much. You can actually see it's well, kind of a rubber, the fabric, or there's a layer of fabric in there or plastic that keeps it from getting too wet. But I'll call it water resistant as opposed to waterproof, because obviously it's not stitched in a way to be waterproof. And you can see a little bit of wear on the rubberization or whatever this plastic fabric is here. But it should hold up probably pretty well in that situation. Again, for a light rain or even a kind of a good Washington rain, it'll probably hold up. But I wouldn't anticipate it needing, I wouldn't get it soaked by any stretch of the imagination. But again, after 6 months, it's held up pretty well. It's my go-to bag. I much probably use this one far more than I did my my Maxpedition. But I'll do a review on that one because I used that one for quite a few years there. So some of the threading, obviously, after time, it's started to come out a little bit. So I'll probably end up trimming those little threads there. But it's just on the outer MOLLE straps. But so we'll go ahead and repack everything in there so you can see how it all fits and how I do my daily carry. So again, that's my water bottle. I have my Tupperware here so that I can get leftovers and store those okay. I have my utensils here. So again, that the zero waste movement is not as hippie as it sounds. I think it's a great idea to just have these items anyways, because even the little bits that we do and I'm not a liberal by any stretch of the imagination, trust me. But even just these little things, there's no reason why you wouldn't do it if you have the ability to do it. And it's kind of cool, being a gearhead, that you're always looking for, it's just another area for us to kind of explore, right? As a gearhead, all the little things that we can use, like again, a little shopping bag, and put my wallet in there, my bigger wallet, I guess, in there, and then we will have this wallet. Actually, I should put that back on my butt, which is where it belongs, like so. All right, so that's kind of the main items that go into that pocket. Then we'll go ahead and put my the tourniquet back in here and get that all situated. Again, I don't want to put too many things in with the tourniquet itself, mainly because I don't want people having to struggle or fight for stuff as we go along, if in a life or death situation there. Going back into the main big pocket here, got my lockpick set. We have the battery. Obviously, we need a cable for the battery to go in there. We have the Cpr mask. If you are trained in first aid and CPR, highly recommend getting these. They're usually like $4 or $5. Protect yourself, protect your accident victim from anything there. Quick clot, whether it's a sponge or the gauze, either one. I have both in this particular situation. That's pretty handy to have. A blanket to help prevent shock. Some mints, again, not for because you're worried about bad breath, just because it's nice having good breath in any case. And then a little snack bar, probably put a few more of those in there, no problem. So we zip that up there, and then in the outer pocket, we've got this with some regular band-aids and just for little cuts and bruises and things of that nature, as well as a small notebook and a pen. And that's nicely stored in there. Tuck that in there and zip that up, and there you go. Usually keep my keys in my pants pockets there, so we'll not carry that. So that's kind of a daily carry item there that I have, and that's probably 4 or 5 pounds worth of gear right there, nicely slung over the back. This is what it looks like from back here. You can see where it sets, and then I can just reach back, pull it forward, and get access to pretty much anything that I need to, whether it's that wallet with some stuff in there, my water bottle, anything like that. Yeah. So there you go. That's the Galiteck sling pack. They've got different models. I don't really have anything to say about the other models that they have. They're probably a little bit bigger, or maybe some slightly different features. But this is the one that I got off of their Instagram ad. So shout out to them for reaching their target audience. Probably saw a Facebook ad and clicked on it at one point, and then these things started showing up in my Instagram feed. So, by the way, if you are on Instagram, I am the Orminator, of course, on Instagram, and you'll see some of the other things that I do there, as well as some items that I'll post some of my travel videos and travel pictures there. So, all right, the Galiteck sling pack there, pretty useful. Again, if you want to hang stuff on the outside, you can using the MOLLE straps there, but otherwise it pretty much carries everything that you need in one nice little compact bag here that fits nicely over the shoulder and is easy to carry. So Thank you for watching this far. If you like this review, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. If you have a comment, different brand that you like to use, or different thoughts about things that you carry, I'd be interested to know what that happens to be. And otherwise, give me a like and a share, and subscribe even, as we're trying to build this channel up. And thank you very much for watching.